Good morning friends. In previous lecture, we discussed about test bench and VHDL modeling of test bench. In today's lecture, we will discuss about synthesis and simulation process which is a part of VHDL design flow, also VLSI design flow. Here, let's understand what is meant by synthesis process and importance of synthesis process. Synthesis is a process which converts your hardware description into the structural logic description. This synthesis process means to convert the schematic or HDL into the real world hardware. For that purpose, various synthesis tools are available which converts described hardware into the netlist and that vendor may use to create a chip or board. In synthesis process, the input to the synthesizer is HDL file or schematic file. Means whatever the description you have written in the VHDL code or schematic drawn for your electronic circuit is input to the synthesizer. Synthesizer process performs the various steps like translation, optimization and mapping, and then it will convert your HDL file or schematic into the gate level netlist. Means it is nothing but the process of conversion your HDL file or schematic into the real world hardware. Netlist is a netlist consists of different signals, their interconnections, and it will map to your HDL file into the actual real world hardware. Synthesis process is a combination of mainly two type process, translation and optimization. Translation, which converts your HDL file into the Boolean equations, and optimization is the Boolean equations are reduced by using the redundant logic by applying some constraints like area and speed, and it will convert your HDL file into the netlist. Synthesis is a target device technology specifics, means depending on for what technology you are going to perform this process is a purely technology dependent. Hence, it can be a generic hardware, it can be the ASIC hardware, or it can be for the FPGA also. Because every technology has a different hardware or basic components. And synthesizer will try to use base architecture resources for this target. Now let's understand what is the synthesis design flow, how this process convert the HDL into the netlist. First of all, we will write the HDL behavioral description. Then we have to perform the RTL synthesis process. Now in this synthesis process, first step is your HDL behavioral descriptions are converted into high level descriptions with Boolean equations. Means Boolean equations are generated in this step. Then logic optimization process takes place. Here in logic optimization process, the converted Boolean equations are reduced which are dependent on technology library and depending on the constraint like area and speed. And these structural Boolean equations are now provided for technology mapping, and it will this is done by gate level optimization process. And after the end of this, you will get the optimizer netlist after reducing the Boolean equations by using the redundant logic, and depending on target technology means library files and area and speed constraint, your optimizer netlist is generated. Hence, synthesis and optimization process generates the gate level netlist for target technology, and this netlist can be optimized under the various constraints such as area and speed as we discussed earlier. And this process takes place in this way. Input data first of all transform into the description based on the Boolean equations. Then technology independent logic level optimization, which is based on the Boolean equation, is performed by applying the rules of Boolean algebra. It eliminates redundant logic and reduces the area requirement or delay of the circuit. Then logic level optimization is split into the two phases, flattening and structuring. In this process, logic level optimization is very important part, and this work is to be done into the two phases, flattening and structuring. this already we have depend. Already we discussed about the synthesis process. In the synthesis process, there are three types of input: target technology, SDL model, and area and timing constraint. Then output of synthesis is unoptimized gate level netlist. Then logic optimizer takes the unoptimized gate level netlist, and depending on area and timing constraint, it will convert this unoptimized gate level netlist in the optimized gate level netlist. Hence, in this process, structuring and flattening, we are talking about structuring and flattening. The flattening, it is a process which convert the combinational logic into the two-level sum of product forms. Sum of product form. Here, the combinational logic is converted into the two-level sum of product form. Here you can say, in second diagram we can see x1 is equal to AC into BC. Here this is the sum of product form. Here AND plane and OR planes are used to generate the sum of product form. Flattening. Flattening. What are the features of flattening process? In flattening process, all intermediate brackets are removed. Resulting equations do not imply any structure. Means they do not imply any particular structure. It will totally depend on the Boolean equation, how you are going to represent the Boolean equations, which are optimized by using the logic optimizer. Then here good optimization results can be obtained, and it cannot be applied to every logic because number of product term may becomes very large, because we cannot have, as in program circuit to circuit, the product terms become very large, hence you cannot apply this flattening process to the every logic circuit. What is the trade of this? We cannot use for structural logic, because in structural logic, let's take example of carry order. You can say carry logic, carry look ahead carry order. Flattening would destroy its characteristic structure and associated properties. Second part, important part, this after flattening is structuring. Here in structuring, new intermediate variables are inserted during the structuring process. Means if some portion or piece of the logic portion repeated number of times, then new variable is assigned to that logic portion, and new variable is used everywhere inside the program. After that, whenever they will appear. Hence, this is also known as the sub-functions, and these sub-functions are substituted into the original equations. And if we compare the logic before the structuring and after the structuring, resulting area is reduced. Let's take the example of synthesis process. In this, we have compared the examples like synchronous reset and asynchronous reset. Here, in the flip-flop, for synchronous reset, flip-flops are reset on the active edge of the clock when the reset is held, means when reset is equal to 1 appears. Let's see what is the code for this. Process clock begin if clock till event and clock equal to 1, then if reset equal to 1. Means first of all we will check the rising edge of the clock. Then at rising edge of the clock we will check whether reset is high or not. If reset is high, then our output of the flip-flop is 0, means it will reset, else our output of the flip-flop is equal to input. End of the if, end of the if, and end of the process. Hence, how the synthesis process convert this SDL code into the RTL. Okay, RTL means register transfer logic, means the representation by using the flip-flops, registers, and multiplexers. Here you can see at the rising edge of the clock is applied to this block, and when at the rising edge of the clock appears, at that time it will check whether reset is 1. If reset is 1, then 0 is applied to the Q, or reset is 0, D is applied to the Q. Means it is implemented by the multiplexers and simple flip-flops. Second, asynchronous reset. In asynchronous reset, flip-flops are clear as soon as the reset is asserted. Example, process clock comma reset. If reset is equal to 1, Q is 0. Else if clock till event and clock equal to 1, Q is D. End of the process. Then reset 1, here it will reset your flip-flop. Else it will check the clock and it will assign the D to the clock. Hence, this is known as asynchronous. Means first of all we will check the reset, and then we will check the rising edge of the clock. The next statement is a case statement. In case statement, here we have written the code for 4:1 multiplexer, and depending on the select line conditions, a particular input is applied to the output. When select line is 0 0, A is applied. When select line is 0, B is applied. Say select line is 1 0, C is applied 1 1, D is applied. Then with this we have written in by using the VHDL code. By using the case statement, case cell is when 0 0, Y is assigned A. 0 1, Y is assigned B. When 1 0, Y is assigned C, and when others, Y is D. End of the case, end of the process. And this is implemented by using the multiplexer. Case statement particularly implements the multiplexer logic. Similar way, nested if statement implements the cascaded of multiplexer logic. Now let's see the output of with select statement. With select statement, here with input 1 select. Now here input 1 is taken as a select line. With input 1 select, output 1 is assigned input 2 when input 1 is 1 and when 0 when others. Means depending on input 1 the output 1 value are selected. When input 1 has value 1, it will assign the input to the output 1, and when input 1 has value 0, it will assign 0 to the output 1. Hence output of this statement is, you can say, a simple multiplexer, or it can also generate the simple AND gate also. Now next most important part of the today's topic is simulation. As after completing, synthesis is a process which only converts your HDL code into the HDL code into the gate level netlist. But in simulation is a process which verifies the functionality of design. It will verify your design, its function and performance. Now how this process takes place? What is how to define the simulation process? It is process of applying the stimuli to the model over time and producing corresponding responses from a model. Means to check the main code of your design, you have to apply some input and whether your code generates some output for that given input or not. And this all is observed through the waveform. Hence for that purpose we are using the simulator in the software. Hence functional emulation of the circuit design through the software program is known as simulation. Different definitions for simulations are also mentioned inside the book. Hence main purpose of simulation is first validate the assumptions, to validate what we are going to assume in the program, verify the logic, whatever you are going to write the program, whether you will get at the output by observing the waveforms, and verify the performance in terms of timing parameters. You can do the simulation in all the stages. Means simulation can be performed during all the stages, like post layout simulation, pre layout simulation. Post layout simulation, it is a functional verification of design including the cell delay, and post layout simulation is performed after the physical place and route. Means there are two types. Before going to physical implementation, you can perform the pre-layout simulation, and after implementation you can perform the post-layout simulation. Hence post-layout simulation, it is a functional verification of your design, and it includes your logical cell delays, and it is performed after the physical place and route. Hence functional verification, it is before the implementation, and post-layout simulation after the implementations. What are the steps in the simulation process? There are four main steps: compilation, elaboration, initialization, and execution. What do you mean by compilation? In compilation process, it will check the VHDL source code for the syntax and semantic rules of the VHDL. And if there are any syntax or semantic error present, then compiler gives the error. This is the first process in which our all syntax are checked, and if there are any error present, it will give, compiler gives the error message. Elaboration, here ports are created, means ports for declare signals are created. Memory storage for the each required signals are allocated. Then interconnections among these ports are specified, and finally it execute all the VHDL processes in proper sequence mechanism. And this is the work of elaboration process. Initialization, third step, where all the initial values present in the declaration statements, these are assigned to either signals or variables. Means initial declared values are assigned to the signals and variable. And finally, last step is execution, where simulator accepts the simulation commands which control the simulation of system and specify the desired output. Here, every process is executed until it suspends and signal values are updated after the process suspends. Interconnections among the port signals are specified. Simulation ends when signals are updated with new values. Okay, this is about the steps of simulation. Means simulation process perform step by step. First, compilation means finding the errors, semantic errors, syntax error. Then compiler gives that error. Then elaboration means here ports are created, memories are allocated. Interconnections among the ports signals are specified. Whether it execute the process. Then in initialization process, initial values in the declared signals are assigned, and in execution process is the last process where simulator accepts these simulation commands which control the simulation of the system and specify the desired output. Every process is executed until it suspends and signal values are updated after the process suspends. Here and interconnections among the port signals are also specified. And finally, when the simulation ends, signals are updated with new values. Now let's talk about types of simulation. The simulation are of the different types like functional simulation, behavioral simulation, gate level simulation, static timing analysis, switch level simulation, and transistor level simulation. Let's talk about the functional simulation. Now these simulations are classified depending on what type of objective to perform that simulation. First, functional simulation. It will ignore the timing aspects. It will verify the functionality of design. Means to check the functionality of design to for applied input whether the given main code generate the expected result or not. For that purpose, we are performing the functional simulation. Second, gate behavioral simulation. Here, given functionality is modeled using the HDL, but timing aspects are considered. In behavioral simulation, timing aspects are considered. F is assigned A and B after 10 nanoseconds. Then, gate level simulation. It is used to check timing performance of design. Then, delay parameter of the logic cells are used to verify the timing, and gate delays are vendor specific. Means gate level simulations are particularly for checking the timing performance of design, and for that purpose delay parameter of the every logic cells are specified, and these delays are vendor specific, depending on what type of which vendor uses what type of technology, and depending on the technology gate delays are specified. The next is static timing analysis. It is a built-in timing analysis tool that computes the delay for each timing path, and it does not require creation of test vector for verifying the design functionality, and path delays are considered but functionality is not verified. Static timing analysis mostly useful for computing the delay for every timing path given inside the RTL. Hence, it does not require the test vectors for verifying the design functionality. No need of that, but path delays they are considering, and functionality no need to verify the functionality. The next type is switch level simulation. It is one of the important level of simulation, which is one level below the gate level simulation. It models the transistor whether they are on and off, and it provides more accurate timing predictions than gate level. Yes, it is very important simulation. Then last is transistor level simulation. Here voltage and current characteristics of each transistors are described, because as it is a very basic level simulation depending on the component level, hence voltage and current characteristics of every transistors are described. It is more accurate, complex and time consuming method. It will more accurate but complex and time consuming method. Here circuit is described in terms of resistance, capacitance, voltage and current sources. Large amount of competing resources are required to do this simulation, and it gives the analog result. This is about the simulation process, types of simulation, what type of important factors we have to consider during the simulations. Hence, in today's topic, we have covered synthesis and simulation process of the VHDL design.